good with found footage. Let's move on to another surprise. Oh,
Is Sean popping on?
Yeah, who's popping on?
Oh,
Oh,
Ash! Oh
it's
my
a
God!
video. It's not actually her. It's just a video.
It's a
that she
video.
sent it in.
Oh.
Yeah. She couldn't be here today because she's going through a lot of stuff, but she did want to send in a video, and I wanted to include her because we love Ash. So let me see if we can hear it. I hope you can hear it. Hold on, let me start it.
Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Ash to Ashes.
Yeah.
So, what does sick means to me in terms of horror? Sick to me doesn't have to rely on blood, guts, and all that nastiness that I love in a movie, but it actually violates your comfort zone. It makes you question your sanity to the point that you actually feel sick to your stomach. You feel guilty about watching this film. Um, I think a good example of this will be the the French extreme film Martyrs. Yes, the 2008 masterpiece Martyrs. I feel like no matter what, I'm always bringing up this movie because there's just so much happening in it that I feel like it's a great conversation piece. So, there is a specific scene towards the end that really does make you sick to your stomach, not because of the brutality of it, but the reasoning behind it. And I'm sorry for the the spoilers. But there is a flaying scene with our main girl towards the end of the movie. The viewers, we're witnessing our girl being flaying alive. She is being skinned. You're seeing everything that is happening piece by piece, and you can't help but to feel guilty about it. And when you find out the villain's true nature behind it, the true meaning, the reasoning why they are doing this, you just feel sick to your stomach. And then when you find out that they don't really get the answers that they were hoping for, you're just devastated. You're literally sick. I know for me personally, I kind of feel guilty for watching this film and for even saying that it's one of my comfort films. Don't judge me. But that's how I like to think of the term sick in horror films. Like I said, don't judge me. Thanks.
Violates her comfort zone. I like that.
Yeah,
not when I knew. I always tell her, I was like, I can't believe that's your comfort movie. I just watched it for the first time recently, and I texted her immediately. I was like, this is seriously your comfort movie?
Oh, and I should have introduced her for people who are watching who may not know. This is Ash from Ash to Ashes from Rise from the Dead podcast, who is the founder and co-host of Rise from the Dead with Mike at Serial and Germs, and a beloved member of the horror community. And we love you, Ash. Thank you for sending in your thoughts about sick shit. All right, let's go to body horror. Do we have any body horror movies? Brenda, do you want to start?
Sure, I got a laundry list of
Yes.
body horror.
Let's do some laundry.
I will go with Contracted to start. I like this movie, and it's gross, and it is full of body horror, and I think it's an underrated zombie flick. It's again one of those slow movies where you just watch someone deteriorate into nothing. She's a fantastic actress. Yeah, super gross. To give a specific scene, I just can't, because you just kind of got to watch the whole movie and experience it for yourself and see where it ends. Because I had no idea where that ending was going, and yeah, it's fucking gross.
That's great. The deterioration, kind of like what we were talking about before with the possession. You see that slow deterioration, or even Poughkeepsie tapes or Sorgai Prakov. Contracted, that it's like it's so devastating too. Anytime you watch one of these body horrors, like The Fly, is of course one of the most devastating transformation movies. But it's like this, you could feel it, and you can also feel it inside of your soul because you can just feel how devastating it would be. So that's a great movie. Anyone else like Contracted?
I do, but it is gross.
I don't remember it.
No,
No.
it's the sexually transmitted disease.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Is that the
it.
one you made? You guys made Sean watch it?
Oh,
Yeah, Sean watched it by himself after. Yeah,
Oh wow. How did that go?
He did not like it.
he was upset.
Okay. What else you got, Brendan?
I'll go with I don't know. I don't want to say anything just in case somebody else has it. So let's go
Oh,
around.
I
the
forgot
table
we
here.
were doing our round robin thing. Sorry about that. Thank you, Brendan. Thank you for bringing me back in. Sam, what do you think about body horror?
I love body horror. I'm gonna go with the Human Centipede because I remember watching this in my early 20s for the first time, and I remember running to my friend's house and being like, "You need to watch this movie with me." And we sat there with our junior chickens from McDonald's and ate them while watching the Human Centipede. I still remember that. And then I think I went and showed another friend after that as well. I just loved nasty stuff back then. And to be honest, like him and I watched it last year. Yeah, because you had never seen it, right?
Yeah, I'd never had the desire to watch it.
Yeah, and we watched it, and it actually didn't gross us out as much as we thought it was going to. And it's actually a solid movie. Like,
had a
it's
lot
got
of
a
fun with it.
really solid villain. There's some really great shots, and it's just like a sick idea too. So like a great idea, but like. Yeah, obviously it is sick. It's gross when you see them all together. Like, you know what happens when they're together.
First one, I agree with you on the first one. The second one's on my list. But Mike, what do you think? Do you like Human Centipede?
I have never watched them, and I have no desire to watch them.
The first one is way better than what it probably deserves to be. Like, it's actually not a bad movie.
I agree.
I will take your word for that one.
I know.
Mike, you've seen
that's
far
on
worse
mine.
than that.
I'm sure I have, but I have my relationship to body horror, it goes all over the place. That one is on my no watch list because I don't know how I'll react to that one. And from what I hear, just because of I know my visceral reactions to different types of things, I think even though it might not be as bad, I think that there's some stuff in there that can trigger me to get sick. And I don't like to actually vomit when I'm watching stuff.
No.
Not your idea of fun.
No.
Yeah.
No, I had 18 years of drinking for that, so I'm good. I'm good on that too. I'm done with puking, unless I'm actually sick. Okay. Any others? Oh, Human Centipede 2. Yeah, you haven't seen that, Mike. Have you guys seen Human Centipede 2?
Yeah, I don't remember it. Like the only one I've revisited recently was the first one. I think I watched the rest of them back in the day. I just don't remember.
Yeah, I know what scene you're gonna go with because that's all I know is the sandpaper. But that's all I know. I haven't seen the movie.
I'd like to revisit it.
I think the whole movie is it's one of those movies where it feels bathed in shit. They're like, I didn't even mean to say shit. I meant to say sick. Sorry, Mike.
Mike's face was like, oh my god.
Yeah, no, bathed in shit.
Oh man.
That's why I won't
Sorry,
see the front room. I heard
I
that
didn't
there's
mean
a
to traumatize Mike.
shitty scene in that movie, so I won't see
Oh
that.
no, that movie is bathed in shit. That's like that whole movie is about old people shit. Yeah, and Brandy's cleaning it up.
Oh my god.
Okay, What were we talking about? Oh yeah. No, it's like it feels like greasy, and you just feel sick watching it the whole time. And then the antagonist himself is just he's probably the worst antagonist in that whole series because he's just himself just so gross, you know. So you just feel disgusting the whole movie, and the whole movie is full of the most despicable acts. So it's one of those types. So yeah, I don't think it's worth watching more than once. Honestly. All right. Body horror. Has anyone seen Tetsuo?
I know that I haven't seen it.
No.
That was
Did you
on
see
my
that, Mike?
list.
Oh yeah, you gonna talk about Tetsuo?
No. Well, yeah. I especially because the bugs. That I don't do well with bugs. We watched that for a Rise from the Dead episode.
Oh,
And I watched it it was one of those tackle our fears episodes. So I was like, okay, I heard this has bugs in it, maggots specifically, and it did, and it was gross. But for me, I'll just kind of bring these both movies up because they're kind of similar in the vein of they're both body horror with metal elements. But Tetsuo really got to me because of the maggot element, but also it is very body horror regarding metal. This person is like obsessed with metal, becomes metal. I can't even remember. But I like to put this movie in the same vein that I do with Titan. I think they have very similar body horror elements to them regarding metal. Hers obviously within the car aspect of stuff, but they do both bring out a reaction from you, because when we think of body horror, there's very like traditional body horror, gross, werewolf transformations, stuff actually like having to do with your body distorting type of stuff. But in this particular case, I think these both were very unique body horror movies, things that I have never seen before. I've seen Titan before I seen Tetsuo, so Titan was like really original for me. Never seen anything like it. Then I saw Tetsuo and I was like, okay, well, now I don't think Titan's as original, but still fantastic. But yeah, I think both of those movies really got a reaction out of me. They did literally make me kind of itch in a different way, because normally I'm itching because there's bug stuff. There's like things that just get under your skin, but something about the noises with the metal in both of these movies, the audio really sent me into an effect.
ooh, yeah. The audio is so impactful. That's a really good point. It's so Tetsuo is burned into my brain because I watched it whenever I was a junior in high school, I think, and I had just moved into. I went to boarding school for the last 2 years of high school, and I just moved in there, and so my roommate was like, "Hey, let's watch this movie." I heard it's so messed up, and we were not prepared for what Tetsuo delivered. So if you guys were in for some crazy TETSUO,
And
it's
it
really
is a
crazy body
trilogy.
horror. Yeah,
It's a trilogy.
yes.
I haven't seen the other two, but they're on my list to watch.
Yeah. In fact, I was so like traumatized by it whenever because we just went in blind watching that, and I was so traumatized by well, never mind. I was about to give a spoiler because you don't want a spoiler on some of this stuff. But I was so traumatized that I would never revisit it, but I will now. I do recommend that. Any other body? Oh, I wanted to bring up one example of sick that we haven't quite covered yet. This is one of my personal definitions of sick, is being able to overlook horrible injustice in society because of your personal greed. And so I think a movie that addresses that in a very bodily way is Society. And so one of the sickest orgies you can imagine happens at the end of Society, and it's all about bashing the horrible, sick, rich people who participate in that shit. So I had to give Society a shout out for that reason. Any other Society fans?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
What is it? He's one of my favorite directors. I think he's fantastic and very underrated in the body horror. When we're talking about people who do body horror well, we definitely need to be bringing up. you how do you say it? Yuzna, right?
Yuzna,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's Steven Yuzna.
Brian Yuzna. Yeah.
Oh, Brian. Yeah.
And I love his work. But Society is fantastic. Body horror. It's hilarious that it's more comedy forward for being as gross as it can be.
Yeah.
But I think we all know that it has a very iconic image regarding the body horror and the orgy, and that is the butthole.
How about that?
The butt head. I love that. Oh my god. No, that movie. The one thing I love about horror in general is its ability to surprise you. Unlike other genres, can't surprise you quite in the same way that horror can. And I find myself constantly surprised by it, even though we've watched thousands of these movies. Go through your list.
I'll do a couple more. I'm gonna start out with Evil Dead 2013. I think has
Nice.
as an Evil Dead movie, it's kind of the Evil Dead movie with like the most amount of gratuitous body horror. There's some sequences in that movie that you'll just never get out of your head with explicitly a tongue.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend that one. It's one of my favorite in the franchise. But I'd like to also talk about a new movie, and I won't go too far into it, but I do think the body horror is very good in it, which is Bring Her Back.
Ooh. Nice.
Yeah, exactly. The sound design lives rent free in my head when I think about it. It's all I can see and hear,
Thank you for saying that, because people keep talking about the visuals, and I'm like, it was the audio that messed me up.
Oh,
yeah.
I could
especially with that scene.
Mhm.
I've got a new movie too.
Yeah.
Ugly Stepsister, where there's
no.
lots with the
That's so traumatized by that.
so many different scenes. But yeah, the end scene with I don't want to. It's too new. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That was like, I don't know if I've been so grossed out by a single body. How could I not put that on my list? That because I blocked it from my memory for trauma, and now it's gonna be like my sleep paralysis demon or something. Oh my god.
I have that on my list too, and then I have two others. One is new and one is old. I'll do the new one too because I won't talk too much about it for spoiler reasons. But both of them are kind of similar because I think when you're talking about body horror, a lot of people do have issues with their own bodies, and the substance really plays into that. And there is a lot of body horror, especially towards the end, that goes into that movie. And I think that's a great movie to talk about because it's a movie that is about body issues they're just really dragging it forward in body horror. And I think they did a great job with that. And then the older movie, I don't recommend as much because it hasn't aged well. But with me and the way that I view body horror and my relationship to food and how I see it, there is a movie that disgusted me to my core, and it stuck with me throughout my entire life, and that is Stephen King's Thinner.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that movie.
That movie really just stuck in my brain with the transformation, and then just what they're doing with it, what they're talking about in that movie. And yeah, seeing that at a time when I saw it just did a lot of damage. But also just visually, it's a gross movie. I did revisit it once not too long ago. It did not age well with some of the stuff that it says and characters and things like that. However, for body horror, I do think it's slightly underrated. It is a movie to watch.
Yeah, that actually, I watched that again. That seemed to be one of those movies that was always popping up when I was at a hotel or something, and it was there, and so I'd watch it. And it does have some good body horror, like pretty gross body horror in it. But that main character is kind of a dickhead, isn't he?
Yeah, he's an awful
uh,
person.
Yeah, so he deserves it totally, and you get that a lot in Stephen King. Okay, let's move on to monsters.
I have a very iconic movie with a very iconic scene. I am going to say that aliens are monsters. So I am going with the original Alien, and I am talking about the stomach scene.
Yes.
I think that is a great piece of body horror in horror. I think, again, that's especially for that time. I know that creeped a lot of people out. They were not used to seeing something like that. It's gross, and it was very unexpected because the setup was just perfect. Everyone's just chilling, having a good time, eating, and then someone just starts feeling different, and then you just get that scene where an alien just tears itself out of someone's stomach and or chest, and yeah, that scene stays with me too, and I think that's just a really good piece of body horror in horror.
Yeah. You know, that scene grossed me out before I ever saw that movie because I saw Spaceballs first. And in Spaceballs, they have a scene where they spoof that scene. And so they're at a diner and that thing comes out and bursts out of the chest and he's singing, "Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling," as the little alien. And so that was I actually saw that moment, but it grossed me out so much. I didn't know it was from another movie at the time. I know Sam doesn't like Alien. Is that right?
No, I don't typically like space movies, but I just thought of another movie that could go in this category.
Yeah.
If you
ahead.
want me to say it, because I didn't think of aliens when I thought of monsters. Like, I'm going to be honest, I don't really have anything for this category. But I guess when I think of like sick shit, I also think of like weird stuff. So I'll go with the movie Extraterrestrial with the ending, with the probing.
Yeah.
It's got a really weird ending, so I'll go with that.
Yeah. I mean, probing is pretty sick. That whole concept in general. Okay. I don't think I've seen that movie actually.
I
Oh.
did not,
Is it
but I
found footage?
will.
There's found footage aspects.
Okay, that's why I get confused.
Yeah, it's not
There
found
is,
footage,
yeah. It's like a group of friends going to a cabin, like it's like a cabin in the woods type movie, but then
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a slasher almost.
yeah, but then it's aliens, and that's probably the only reason I like it because it's so batshit crazy.
Yep.
Oh,
And it's
That
called
sounds good. I'll check it out.
Extraterrestrial.
Extraterrestrial, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's from 2016.
okay.
It reminded me of a movie we just watched recently called the way you were describing it, called The Gracefield Incident.
Ooh,
I've
I've
Is
heard
it-
of that.
nice.
The same thing.
I've
So that's
seen
why I
that.
was like, I wonder if it's that, but no, it's called Extraterrestrial. So I am writing that down.
Gracefield
Would I like
incident.
the Gracefield incident?
You might.
Okay. Oh,
You might, because it's not boring found footage. There's a lot that
I'll look it up. Okay.
when Mike
but it
says
might not,
not
'cause
much
it's
happens
alien.
in this movie, Sam's face drops down to the ground.
I know. Like,
That's why, yeah, no, that one I definitely had to jump. I always have to tell people, like, nothing happens. Like, literally.
Oh, I hate to backtrack for a second, but Mike, you brought up the substance, and I wrote down shrimp when you said that, because to me, that shrimp eating scene in that movie is the sickest moment in that movie. There's lots of gross like people eating. I brought up Dead Alive earlier, people eating in that movie, but also like even Lord of the Rings. Remember when that one guy bites into the cherry? When like Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers, and it's just like, just keep the food in your mouth, sir. I guess I have a thing with food as well. Okay, wait, we are still on monsters, though, right?
Yeah.
Any monsters, Brendan?
Of course. I'm gonna go with Splice.
Good choice.
Oh, good
for,
call.
s-
There's
for
some
some
sick
body
stuff in
horror.
that.
Yeah, it's definitely a twisted movie. Watching this, I can't remember what its name even is. Is it Eve? I don't remember.
Oh, I can't remember. That sounds
I
about right.
can't. You get to experience her grow up from being like this weird test tube baby she's genetically engineered, and then there's this weird father and mother couple that kind of have this weird it's just weird movie, and it's super uncomfortable, and what they end up doing with this creature is
Yeah.
not correct whatsoever.
Right.
And that's the sick part of it all. Like, not even
Yes.
the creature and stuff, but what
No.
happens in that movie is, yeah, the minute you said Splice, my head went to a specific part where
Sexy.
I was just like, are they doing this? Why are they
Yeah,
doing this?
and it's
But it's
Adrian
actually really
Brody.
good. It's
Right.
really a good movie.
The fact that it's
Yeah.
Adrian Brody made it so much worse for some reason. I don't know why.
Because I think he was coming off a couple like Oscar wins at this point, was he not? And then if this is like what
Yeah.
he chose to do, is pretty interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I liked that movie, but I was baffled. I was not expecting it, maybe, because it was just like how dark it actually was took me by surprise. I think that's a good call. That's a good one, Brendan. What about monsters? Do you consider I can't remember now, in the sadness, are they zombies?
I wrote that down.
You did? Okay. Is that for monsters?
Yeah, I
Okay.
consider zombie a form of monster for
Yeah.
sure,
Okay.
and
I
what
couldn't
they
remember
do
if
to
they
each
were
other
zombies
is
in that movie. Yeah, they're
Mhm.
fucked up. They're like, but chill out with that shit. Like that one dude in the building with that. Never mind. I don't want to
with
talk
the
about
eyeball.
with the eyeball.
Socket.
I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's like it's so extra. But you want to talk about the sadness?
Mike, have you seen The Sadness?
I have. I watched it once. I do want to watch it again because when I watched it, I saw what people told me about it, but I wasn't focused enough. But I just do remember seeing it. I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen a movie with this much blood.
Yeah, no shit.
I did recently, and it's very on the same vein. Have you seen Project Wolf Hunter?
Yeah, wolf hunting.
Project Wolf Hunting. These both are the bloodiest movies I've ever
Oh.
seen, and they are both sick.
I think you could put any Takashi Miike movie in here as well if you want to,
Yeah.
and you'd be pretty good to go. Especially Ichi the Killer. Have you seen that one?
I have not. It's on my list for this movie challenge, so I'm probably going to get to it in September.
I thought you would be watching it soon, actually. So that's cool. That's a good movie, but it's super. It's one of those that feels like a chore when you're watching it because it's exhausting. Okay, we were talking about the sadness. Have you seen the sadness, Sam?
Yes. It's been a bit though. I don't remember too much. I just remember it being nasty.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I could hear you guys
Yeah.
talking about it though with my headphone.
What about has anyone seen Primal Rage? It's a
No.
Bigfoot movie.
I've heard of it though.
I think it was based on a video game or something, but this part I'm sure was not in the video game. But there's one part in this movie where, because Bigfoot is like a Rambo type. He runs through the woods with his crossbow and all that. And it actually looks really cool, and it's like a really cool Bigfoot action movie for a while. And I actually like it until they have just a random scene where Bigfoot captures the woman, and then you know what happens next. And it's like very explicit, and I'm like, what? Why are we focused on this right now? So it goes to that, and that's why I put it into this category here for sick monster movies, because I don't think I've ever seen a Bigfoot movie where they. I mean, I've seen ones where they implied it, but not where they showed it.
I'll go with The Color Out of Space.
Ooh.
I think for monsters and especially a sense of body horror in this movie as
That's
well.
pretty fucked up.
Yes, there's a sequence with the mother and child who get blended together, and you get to watch them suffer as.
Oh yeah,
It's
it is like
incredibly
super
uncomfortable.
emotional. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's just a mother who wants to be closer to her kids too, and it's just like some horrible irony that she ends up getting because now she's stuck with them, literally. But yeah, there's also sequences with some. Are they alpacas? Are they llamas?
I don't know
They
the
all get
difference.
merged together too.
I don't remember.
I don't
We were
remember.
on Fungi's when we watched that.
Yeah, we haven't seen it since. Been meaning to go back to it, just haven't gotten
Yeah.
around. But yeah,
That's great. Color Out of Space on mushrooms. That's pretty nice.
It was a
Um,
good time.
oh yeah, it was very colorful.
Like I told Mike earlier, I needed those today when I watched that movie Fungicide, which was actually it ended up being pretty entertaining, but it's terrible. Okay, Color Out of Space is a great movie though, and Richard Stanley I think directed that, who did the infamous 1997 or 96. What's that called? Island of Dr. Moreau with Marlon Brando and Val Kilmer. And he was the director at first, and it was like his lifelong passion project. And then there were lots of issues, and so they replaced him, but he lurked around. He's actually in the movie because he stole a costume from the set and came to came to set one day without them knowing, and dressed up as one of the creatures. And so he's in the movie as one of those creatures. And he worked on a farm nearby in New Zealand. This whole thing is just crazy. But that's who Richard Stanley is from Color Out of Space. Oh, we were talking about survival. So are there any survival movies that we haven't talked about already that you want to talk about? Sordid Survival.
Oh, I have a laundry list of them.
Okay, good. I thought, Sam, this category was chosen for you, so we'll save you for last.
Okay.
And of course, if we pick any movies that are on your list, feel free to comment on those. But you want to start out, Mike?
Yeah, I will go. I don't have too much because I was like, I know this is going to be Sam's category, so I want to hear what she has to say. And I know I'll have some recommendations to write down. Survival horror, I have Killing Ground. There's a couple with the name. I think it's 2016, either 2014 or 2016. And this movie had some sick shit. One, again, trigger warning to people because there is definite SA in this, and that is also part of the sick shit. But for me, there was a very sick moment that sent me into a laughing fit because I was not expecting it. And this, I won't say the whole thing, but it has to do with a baby. It was some sick shit. I was not expecting it, and I just had to pause the movie for a good 10 minutes because I just could not stop laughing. And it was like an uncomfortable laugh and also a funny laugh. But no, that movie, I got that one from AshxAshes. She recommended that one because I was watching like outdoor horror stuff, and she recommended that one. I put it on, and I should have known better because when she gives me recommendations, I usually know I'm in for a fucked up day.
If anyone likes Eden Lake, that movie is just like Eden Lake, just a little different.
Yes,
That's good.
Perfectly said.
Yeah.
And Eden Lake is in this category. I'm sure someone has it on their list, if not everyone. Of course, Eden Lake is one of those movies I've watched one time, and Killing Ground is one that I've watched one time. Backcountry is one that I've watched one time. There's a lot of these in sick shit that are one time only, and we honor their filmmakers for giving us such a strong effect for that.
So I'll go next. I'm going to bring up a movie I haven't seen in a long time, and I don't really remember the aspects of it, but I do know that it has to do with body horror in captivity. And I know the twist is super fucked up, but it's The Skin I Live In
Yes. Yes, nice. I had this on my miscellaneous, but I see it actually fits in this category.
Yeah. No spoilers because I'm debating making Sam watch this movie too at some point because
Ooh,
I keep bringing it
yeah.
up and
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, we're never gonna get around to it. But like this movie, I feel like she will absolutely love it because of the story and
Yes.
the twist. And yeah, I just haven't seen it in such a long time. I can't really describe it, but I do think that it goes fairly well in this category.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Mike?
I have not. Is this the Antonio Banderas one?
Yep.
Yeah, I have not seen this, but it is also on my list to watch this year.
Oh boy, that's like one of those so excited to see what people think about things and go in
I know
completely
nothing about
blind.
it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited. I had it spoiled for me, unfortunately, before I saw it, so I didn't get the full reaction that I would have had, but I still had a great reaction to it. So, yeah, great choice. Skin I Live In. We can't say much about it, can we?
No, unfortunately not. This was gonna be my main. He made me watch, and then I'm like, I'm tiptoeing between this one and The Mummy. So,
oh come on, this is Skin I Live In. That's my vote.
Okay.
Okay. What's next? Sam, do you want to go?
Yeah. Okay, so when I think of survival horror, I also think of captivity stories. I say this all the time. It was one of my biggest fears growing up is getting held captive in a basement or something. So I've got a few of them, but I'll go with Chained. It's about a boy and his mom that get taken by a cab driver. And I don't want to I guess I'll say that this guy that takes them ends up raising this boy, and you basically have to see if he's gonna end up turning evil, like nature versus nurture, basically, right? So yeah, I'll just say that I really, really, really enjoyed that movie. It's really the idea of it is so sick, but it's really good.
I have this on my list because of you, and it's going to be watched before October. I'm just not ready for it.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah,
and that would qualify as psychological horror too, I think, because it has a lot of those elements in there. It's Vincent D'Onofrio is amazing as the cab driver. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. Okay, what else you got, Sam? I don't want to take any of your thunder because I think I have some too.
Yeah, so another one would be Seasoning House. It's about a bunch of girls that are held captive and bad things are happening to them, really sick shit. There's a decent revenge story going on though, so like that part's worth the watch if you want to check it out. Some pretty visceral stabbing scenes and whatnot. But yeah, some sick shit.
Yeah. And we've kind of talked about this like in the horror mosaic before, but for people who might watch this who are wondering, why would people want to watch movies like this that are just so sick for all the reasons that we're talking about today, but things that are pushing people to their extreme, and you can feel gross and you can feel depressed and you just feel at your absolute worst when you're watching these? Why?
I don't know. I guess for me, it's just to feel some sort of different emotion, and it's a movie, so I know it's not actually happening, and these are some disgusting things that do happen in the world, so I do understand why people have a hard time watching them and refuse to watch this sort of stuff. But for me, it just kind of, I don't know, some adrenaline going on, I guess, for a lot of these movies. And then at the end of it, you can kind of just walk away from it and be like, hey, that didn't actually happen. And I'm okay. We're okay. And we'll move on and not watch something like that for another month or two or three.
Yeah.
I guess.
And in this category, we also have an aspect of revenge in a lot of these cases, and that's very satisfying and helps give us some closure. That's not always the case, and that's a lot of these movies that leave you with that sick feeling which is the sickness of, we know that that's not always the case in reality either. And I think that's why we carry it with us a lot of times. So what else do you have? Do you have any landmines on your list by any chance?
I actually didn't even think of that one, but it should be on my list. I made you watch that one.
Mhm. Yeah, I like that one.
Landmine Goes Click. Wow, yeah, that is a sick one too. About a group of a couple and their friend who go out on like a hike, and one of them ends up standing on a landmine and can't leave or can't move or it'll blow. So that one, there's some sick stuff that happens while he's stuck standing there. Yeah,
Sam introduced me to this movie, and yeah, if you can watch it, if you can stomach it, definitely watch it.
it's got a good ending though.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually shocked on how much I like that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's one more that I know does not have a happy ending and unfortunately is a true story is The Girl Next Door. Yeah, I read the book by Jack Ketchum. I cried reading the book. Like, it is really like, if you're not into this kind of stuff, don't read it or watch it, because it's a sad story of a girl being held captive, and it's by her own family that does it. And yeah, it's really bad. Bad stuff.
Yeah, I'll talk about this movie a little bit later, I think, but I haven't read the book. I know about the real life story, but just suffice it to say, the real life story, this is a case where the real life story is worse, if you can imagine that. And part of the reason it's worse is because she got away with it. Okay. Yeah, that movie is brutal. That's a really rough one. And that I think when I first watched it, I messaged Sam after I watched it, because I was like, Sam, I know you've seen this movie. And I was like, I have to message somebody because I just feel like I don't think I've ever felt this low after watching a movie.
Yeah, it's definitely not a happy movie.
Yeah.
I have one more. If no, does anyone else have any on their list? I don't want to keep going. If
I have I have one on my list that's not going to be on your list, so go ahead.
You want me to go ahead? Okay.
Yeah.
It's a movie we just actually watched a screener for. It's not as depressing as the ones I've been bringing up. It's called Your Host, and it is a Saw-esque type movie of a villain who puts his victims, thank you, I'm like, what's the word, they're like his contestants in a game show, and it is so good. Like, I really enjoyed it. Great. I was squeamish watching it. The villain is so charismatic and colorful. What's the guy's name from
Jackie Earle Haley?
Thank you. He's so good. So good. So whenever this one comes out, watch it.
Okay.
Your Host.
That's great. Your Host. Is Jackie Earle Haley the host?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know that's the spoiler. Okay.
No, yeah, he's the host.
He doesn't play Freddy again?
No.
He was the one who played Freddy, right?
Yeah.
I thought so. Okay. He didn't play bad Freddy. Okay, we'll talk about that later.
Another topic.
Yeah. All right. Do you have anything? Oh, I wanted to throw one in for Sick Survival. So this actually has sick and it has shit in it. The movie Holy Shit. Has anyone seen this movie? Holy Shit.
No.
It's a German film. Let me type it here. It has an exclamation point at the end of it. And it's survival. It's very unique survival because he's stuck in an outhouse, like a porta potty, actually. So he's like on a construction site, and it gets dropped into this massive hole where they're building a building there, and he's stuck in there because it's upside down, and he's wedged in at just the right angle. So it's all about him trying to get out of there and like discovering, because he has amnesia, so he's like sort of remembering how he got in there in the first place and stuff. So yeah, there's not a lot of shit. There's not as much shit in this as Front Room, surprisingly.
Still haven't seen that movie.
But holy shit is not that bad either. It's more of a, I would say it leans more into comedy
Sounds
than
familiar.
horror.
I think I watched a trailer for it.
Me too.
It's enjoyable. Yeah. I only put it on there because it has shit and sick. All right. Any other survivors?
I guess I have one last one that I thought of.
Sure.
So this is survival horror, but it's a unique take on how we've been saying sick, because to me, the sickness comes from the person, the villain in this movie, and the fact that they have no remorse. They are a terrible person, no redeeming qualities. They are just a sick individual. And they made someone feel very safe, and to then make them feel very unsafe when they went to their cabin out in the woods. And this is, I've mentioned this on other places. I'm going to keep mentioning it because I love this movie. I rewatched it recently, and it's What Keeps You Alive.
Oh, that's a good movie. I've never talked to anyone about this.
This movie, it's queer horror, lesbian couple who goes out to a remote cabin, and one woman finds out that the woman that she loves isn't the woman that she knows, and it just it gets sick because you just watch the villain and how they operate, and you just can't believe that there could be people out there who are just like that. But it's a great movie, and it does actually have some like sick moments that really catch you off guard. So yeah, I highly recommend this movie if you haven't already seen it. It's a great movie.
Brilliant. That's like, yeah, the sick psychology aspect is really tough, and I think it's really hard to pull off in the horror movie. You have to have really strong actors, and that movie has a really good cast. I love that movie.
Yes, it does.
All right, what you got? Wait, what are we on? I already forgot. Sick psychology?
No, I think we just finished.
Oh, that's survival. Yeah, that's survival. But it also has psychological elements because you're talking about this master manipulator who she is, and it unfolds in a really terrifying wilderness survival situation. Okay, well, let's move on into sick psychology then. One movie I wanted to talk about for this category is from the 70s, which I've been watching a lot of 70s movies lately and getting into that. Has anyone seen The Baby?
No.
I may have, because I've seen a lot of baby title movies, so I'm trying to think if I've seen that one.
Well, I think you remember, because it's about an adult man who's he is raised by his mother and his sisters, and they raise him as a baby.
I have not seen that movie.
Okay.
And it's about the caring social worker who's trying to save him from their abuse, which is severe. So yeah, I recommend that movie, but you have to go in blind.
Okay.
Well, there you go. All right, sick psychology. What do we have for that? Brendan, you want to start?
Sure. I'll start us off with a really good one, I think, in my opinion, but Saint Maud.
Ooh.
Maybe.
So a little bit of the religious in there as well. There's a decent amount of body horror. It just shows how religious can kind of take over and warp your mind if you let it, and you sink yourself too far into it. And it's not even like a happy religion. It's a very wrath of God religion that she follows, and with Christ instead of the humbling one. But yeah, Saint Maud, it's incredibly acted, it's well shot, and that ending is something for the books right there.
There you go. Nice, good one. Okay. Any others for psychological horror?
I'll go with Requiem for a Dream. I hate talking about this movie because it triggered me so hard with substance use and whatnot. It was a really, really, really hard watch, especially with the substance use, but also with the idea of aging with the mother who is in her old age. That movie messed me up so bad, and also I gave it 5 stars. Like, it's so good. Like, I remember I came out crying after watching it, and I told him I was rating it 5 stars. I was like, I hate that movie. But it's just so trippy and messes with your head, especially like when the mom is sitting in her apartment by herself and like all these things are happening. Ugh, it's so messed up.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of I think probably every horror movie has an element of psychological horror in it, because these things are psychological. Fear is psychological. All of this stuff. So I think that. Oh, where was I going with that? Oh, because we were talking about The Skin I Live In earlier, and I think that movie is deeply psychological. I mean, beyond the other stuff that's going on there, the main thing that's happening is deeply psychological, because it's born from psychopathy, someone being a psycho, in other words. Psycho, is deeply psychological. So I think all of horror can be that. I had The Skin I Live In under my sick psychology list here. Anyone else have others?
Yeah, I have one, and you cannot, for me, talk about psychological horror and sick shit without talking about Seven. Seven is a fantastic movie, super psychological, cat and mouse game. I know there are parts in that movie, the way that people are killed in this movie is very sick to me. And then you just have that iconic what's in the box moment. And that is also sick. So I love this movie. I do. I really love this movie, and I think it's a great psychological horror film that is some sick shit.
Beautiful. Yeah, and Kevin Spacey is sick. Anyway, what do you guys think about Seven?
Brendan?
I like Seven. Seven's really good. It's got one of the best jump scares in horror movie history, well, in history of film, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The person laying down in the bed, is that what we're talking about? And that's probably like the sickest kill too, in my opinion, or kill or whatever you want to call it, in my opinion, just for me, because it was like, I mean, it was so scary, but also just like imagining going through that and experiencing that is just, it's really hard. It's really sick to think about doing that to somebody, no matter who they were. Okay. Seven. Any other comments about Seven?
I'm thinking Sam doesn't like it.
I was bored to tears.
I was like, I'm really catching that she did not like this.
Yeah. Movie. No, I was so bored, but the crime scenes were sick. I'll give it that. Yeah, everyone hates on me for that.
What else did I have down here? Okay, well, I thought this was a pretty psychological moment. I mean, Funny Games has a lot of psychological, sick, twisted things to it. Those aren't my favorite movies, but Kill List, I thought, has a deeply psychologically troubling and sick ending to it. Has anyone seen Kill List?
No.
It sounds familiar.
Okay, I won't spoil it then. Yeah. Kill List, watch it, enjoy it. All right, before we move into our last category, any other sick psychology?
I've got a few.
I can't say it. Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
I'll go with The Coffee Table. Brendan hasn't seen it, so I'm not going to get into it too much, but that movie is a mind fuck, because the whole movie you feel sick to your stomach and guilty about what is happening. I don't want to say too much.
I gotta watch this,
but it is.
I just thought it was funny.
I know it's labeled as a comedy, but I felt sick, and like my brain felt like I was him, and that's where the psychological aspect comes with, I think, because I'm like, oh my god, what have we done?
And I think depending on who you ask or who you get this rec from will kind of change how you watch it. Because so I didn't know it was labeled as a comedy. The group chat that I'm a part of, they were all just like, no, you need to watch this. This is the most effed up shit. Oh my God, you'll never. And I'm like, okay. And I think it was after I was watching some really effed up shit. So I was like, let me watch this. I couldn't stop laughing. I thought it was the funniest movie in the world.
Yeah.
I was like, is this, are we sure this is supposed to be a horror film? Like I'm sorry, like maybe there's something wrong with me, but I'm cracking up. And then when I looked it up, I was like, you guys didn't tell me this was a comedy. I'm feeling so bad for laughing. And then this whole time it's a dark comedy horror film. And I'm like, okay, now I feel a little better. Because I think the way they planned everything out, the situations, I could see some people having a really tough time with the anxiety level, because it's a very anxiety inducing movie, but because of how outlandish each moment is, I just couldn't stop laughing from what we find out happens to the very end. I'm just like cracking up.
Yeah, but I think that's what makes that movie so good, because it highlights that these moments in life where horrible accidents do happen, and they're terrifying and they're devastating, but they're also really funny when you look at it from an objective angle. You know, it's like they're darkly humorous for that reason, so they pull it off really well in that movie. That movie is twisted.
We gotta get you on that.
What else you got?
Mike, did you have another?
Yeah, so for me, psychological horror that's sick, and this is again sick in the psychological sense. There is a lot of gaslighting, manipulation in this movie, that you do start to feel sick, and for this woman who's going through what she's going through. And this movie is called Unsane.
Ooh, I think I saw that. That sounds real
It's
familiar.
one of the actresses from The Queen, the Netflix show. And she's basically she has a stalker, and nobody believes her, to the point where they send her to a mental institution because they think that she's making everything up and that she's going crazy. And then also she sees this person working at the institution. So you're trying to find out, is she unwell or is she telling the truth? Like, there's all these different things, and just the way, whether it is what it is or it isn't, like the way people are treating her is sick. And then side note, the only thing that really gets me with this movie is, so this is a British actress who is for some reason playing a Boston native, and her accent in and out so much. It can sometimes be distracting, and I just really need to find out, why did they have her being from Boston was not central to this character whatsoever. I don't know why they couldn't just make her British and be like, hey, I just moved to Boston and I have a stalker.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's just one thing I can't not talk about. When I talk about this movie, I cannot bring up the fact that they had this really great actress kind of give a shaky performance because they couldn't let her go with her natural accent.
Wow. Yeah, that's weird when movies do that for some reason. Wait, what was that again?
Unsane.
That's right. Unsane. I haven't seen that actually. It sounded familiar.
I'll talk about The Sublet.
Oh.
It's a Black Fawn movie about a mother that moves into an apartment with her newborn baby, and then she's just driven insane for some reason. I can't remember exactly why. We haven't watched it, and it's been like 4 years. But
what is it? The Sublet? The
Sublet, yes. Yeah, it's incredibly dark. It's bleak. It destroys you mentally while watching it because it's so depressing.
Ooh. Okay. That sounds great. Or else
Add it to
you're
the
like,
list.
Yeah.
I love how we all sometimes I step outside myself and I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. You want to feel as dark and depressed as you can? Great. Um, okay. Any other psychology? I don't think I have any more. Let me see. I don't have any more.
I'll bring up two French films because I fucking love the French.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the reason I'm bringing this one up is, well, it's Irreversible because it's playing
Ooh.
literally the movie plays backwards. So that really like messes with your head because and there's like lots of like hard to see in the club, like lots of hard to see shots and stuff, and you're just like the weirdest stuff is happening and the sickest stuff, and you're like, what is happening? And like you're also the movie is playing in reverse, so like it is just it's a mind fuck of a movie. Trigger warning again, big sexual assault scene. So if you can't do that, don't watch that.
Right.
And then the other one is Red Rooms. I absolutely love this
great movie.
It's basically going into the brain of this girl who is obsessed with this murder case, and that's why I put it into psychological, because going into her brain and following her throughout this movie is so messed up, and it is one of like it is such a disturbing movie without actually showing you anything, but they don't need to because it's so effective without actually you don't want them to show you anything because of the content, the subject matter. So yeah, Red Rooms.
Great call. That was one of the best movies that what did it come out last year? 2024. That was a fantastic movie. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Any final psychological? I'm having a hard time saying the word today, so I have to break it down like that. All right. Well, let's go to dishonorable mentions. Of course, that doesn't mean these movies are bad. It just means I had to play on words. Okay. I had moments, I think, for this category. And a couple of full movies, but one of the moments I wanted to bring up that just makes you feel so sick to your stomach was kind of referenced earlier, and that is the crucifix scene in The Exorcist, which is still remains one of the most shocking moments in a horror movie, I think, and it still has the great impact that it did 50 plus years ago, and it's just shocking. All right. Take it away with your dishonorable mentions.
I'll go with one of my dishonorable mentions, and the reason why it's here is because I guess it could possibly go under psychological, but the main reason why it's under dishonorable is because it's not necessarily labeled horror, but if you know anything about the book and seen the TV movies, it is horror adjacent, heavily adjacent, and this is Flowers in the Attic.
Attic, yes.
Oh, I want to see that.
Nice.
That movie, well, first of all, V.C. Andrews, the original author, made a whole series, and it is a messed up series. Should not have been reading that at the age that I was reading that. And then the movie that came out, I think there's two of them, but there is an iconic 80s or 90s made-for-TV movie that really encompassed the book well, and it's a hard watch when you see why they're being locked away, what's the reason. So children and their mother go to their grandmother's place because they lost everything. I think the father passed away. They go there, and then the mom's not really a good mom, and they get locked away. And then them being, so it's like 4 kids, and them being the only kids, only people that they get to see all the time, feelings come up because you're only around the same people. And that's where it starts to get sick. But it's also, again, I mean, it's not their fault. This is the situation that they're in, but just the movie in itself, where it goes, I'm just like, that this has to be considered a very sick movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Very good call. I guess that has a lot of elements there. Psychological horror, survival,
Captive.
in a way,
Yeah.
captivity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's deeply disturbing for sure. Okay, any others? Have you seen Flowers in the Attic, Sam?
No, it's been on my watch list forever. Which one is better? Like which movie version?
I think there's one, I want to say it's the 90s version. I'll look it up and then I'll send you the one.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I've been wanting to. I see it at the store sometimes. And I'm like, I gotta pick that up, and then I never end up picking it up. But no, have you seen it?
No, I've seen a trailer for it a long time ago, but I never ended up watching it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What else?
I'm gonna bring one up that is very sick. It's basically torture porn. It's done by the same guy that did Wolf Creek, I believe, and it's called Daddy's Little Girl. It is
Yeah.
a family whose daughter gets killed, and the dad finds the person that did it, and the whole movie is him. Yeah. Yeah. Torturing him. There's a scene that I cannot get out of my head from that movie. We actually had to pause it at one point because I couldn't handle it. It involved a bum, and I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
It's such a rough watch. So not really recommending it, just saying it's sick.
Like, not writing that one down. I wrote a lot of others of yours.
I think it's right behind me.
I think Tubi just has an endless resource of these types of movies, and you'll find loads of them on there, and lots of them to different levels of effect. But that one I have not seen yet, but I probably will watch it. I just haven't seen it yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one? Oh yeah, you watched it with Brendan.
Yeah, we watched it.
Yeah,
together.
I saw it.
Okay.
It's
What'd you think, Brendan? Okay. What do you have on your miscellaneous list here?
So I'm gonna go. I have two. I'd say I'm gonna go with the first one being Prisoners.
Okay.
With Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal, because I feel like
I forgot about that. Yeah.
It fits into a couple categories. It's not particularly straight up horror, but it's psychological with some captivity, with a murder mystery, and it's sick because all these people feel like real people, and the stuff that they are driven to do and what they choose to do is horrendous, and you feel incredibly bad, and they feel bad for each other, and and the ending's messed up too. But this movie definitely makes you feel pretty sick halfway through the movie, and then that ending particularly makes you feel even more sad because it's left totally open up for interpretation. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with that one.
Okay. I don't think I've seen that movie. Has anyone else seen that?
I'm not.
Yeah, you showed it to me.
Mhm.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it.
Okay. What was that called again? Let me write that one down.
Prisoners.
That's right. I did write it down. I'm just, my notes are illegible.
It's a really
Okay.
good movie.
I'll have to check that one out. Yeah, I remember hearing about it, or hearing people talking about it on different social media. Oh, okay. This was like a really sick kill in a movie. Did anyone say this is a famous kill at this point, I think, for the horror community, but the one in Bone Tomahawk, you know what I'm talking about?
I've seen a clip of it online, but I haven't seen the movie.
I haven't seen it.
Have you seen the clip, Brendan?
No, I haven't. I've actually been pretty clear, staying clear of like watching anything with that movie. So
Same.
Okay. Well, I won't say anything then. I
It's
just
sick.
want...
I've seen the scene.
It's great. It reminds me of Terrifier 3. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. What about... Oh, come on. Pink Flamingos. Has anyone seen Pink Flamingos? Not a horror movie.
I've heard of it.
John Waters. and Divine.
Speaking
been
of
a
shit,
long
this movie is very famous because, of course, it's John Waters and Divine, and they're in their trash days. They're like, we're just gonna make the biggest filth we can make, and John Waters is like, Divine, do you want to become a star? And Divine's like, yeah. Would you do anything it would take to become a star? And Divine's like, yeah. Would you eat dog shit on camera to become a star? And Divine's like, yeah. So there you go. And that's not even the worst of what happens in this movie.
Yeah, but it is the most iconic scene.
Yes. So, and that's who Ursula the Sea Witch is based off of in Disney's The Little Mermaid. So I just love that so much. That all of those things are connected.
I just thought of one more actually.
Yes.
The Greasy Strangler.
Oh, that movie's fucking gross.
I haven't seen it because I heard it's just gross.
It is disgusting.
It's
But
gross.
I thought I was gonna hate it because I was like, there's no way this is my humor. I was cackling. I was laughing
Oh, okay.
so hard.
I still haven't seen it
was
either.
so freaking funny. It's like Napoleon Dynamite mixed with, I don't even know, grease.
Grease.
Grease. Lots of grease.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow,
it's very
that's really
raunchy
grease.
and lots of nudity. And it's like just it's greasy.
Okay. I
It's
need to
fucking
watch that now.
disgusting.
When they're chanting,
Bullshit artist.
oh, the hootie tootie disco cutie or whatever they're saying.
Disco Cutie, yeah. The movie is just fucking wild.
Oh, it's good.
Nice.
The fact that
I
it
need to
was
watch that.
made is,
He had a straight face the whole time.
yeah, this
I
it was not for me.
dying laughing.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh,
A lot of
has
wiener.
anyone in here ever seen I can't remember the alternate title, but it's called Anthropophagus.
I just put it. Oh no,
Yeah.
you were talking about it. Yeah, I was gonna say I just thought of that one, but you brought it up. Yeah,
Yeah.
Amazing.
weird that you have that right there.
That's so funny. Have you seen
I
it?
haven't done. No, I haven't. We just got it off Marketplace a couple days ago, last
Yeah.
week, and it's sitting there because I have to do my physical media haul for the last 2 months. So
Well, it has a very, very sick moment in it. Not the one on the cover. The one on the cover is a great moment in the movie, but the moment that I'm thinking of, I don't want to spoil because it's very sick. It's very sick and
Okay.
twisted. I think it happens in the scene right before that one, actually. But have you seen it, Mike?
I have not.
Okay. It's like one of those Italian directors who took on a alter ego to make a movie with like American actors, but it's filmed in Italy, but it takes place in America or something. So it's kind of weird because it feels like it's like there's no location, but this guy is just a cannibal running loose on this island. So, all right. Any other sick shit you want to throw out there before we wrap it up?
Yeah, I will go with one that we didn't talk about. And if you've seen it, you know exactly what scene I am thinking about. And this is a Devon Sawa movie called Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
yeah.
That movie was hard to watch just to begin with. It's a really good movie. But yeah, there's a moment in there, and that's some sick stuff, and it stuck with me. So had to add that one to the list.
Yeah, it's been years since we've seen that.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was a really good movie, if I remember right. I have to go back and watch it again, so that I can exactly remember what you're talking about, though, because I can't think of it right now. I just remember I really liked the movie, but now I can't remember what happened. So you have to. We'll connect offline.
Yeah,
we'll touch base about this. All right. Any other sick shit you want to talk about?
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, there's a movie I absolutely hated because I was bored to tears, but people always think of this movie Antichrist. So I'll throw that out there.
That
Okay.
it was a sick movie. I did not enjoy that movie at all.
No, me neither. It was so slow. That to the point where the ending where it was like sick shit, I just didn't care. I was like, this
Is
wasn't
that
worth it.
Lars von Trier? I haven't seen that one yet, actually. For some reason, I just missed it all these years.
Really depressing.
But
But
it actually reminded me that there's another one with Lars von Trier that has some moments that should be on here, which is the house that Jack built, and I'm especially thinking of the moment. Have you all seen the house that Jack built?
That's
cute.
on my list.
I didn't like
Okay.
it.
Do you
so I
care if I
stopped watching.
spoil? Yeah, I didn't like it either, actually. But do you care if I spoil a moment, Mike? It's a
You can.
kill.
You
Okay.
can.
So I think the only kill I would consider a sick kill in that movie was when he's got the kids out in the field and he's hunting them down from the hunting. He's like up on the hunting thing and he's hunting them down, making the mom watch. That's pretty sick when that's pretty fucked up when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, the movie was kind of. I don't know. I have a weird thing with Lars von Trier where it's like sometimes I really think he's a genius, and sometimes I'm like, is he? I don't know.
I don't think I like anything he's done, to be honest.
Really? Yeah. It's like I don't know.
I think that's how it goes with everybody.
That's true. That's true actually. Okay. Well, I do have one final question here to you personally. What would you consider the sickest movie of all time? I'll answer with mine first so that you can see like what I mean by this. For me, it's just like the movie that has stuck with me the most in terms of this is how I interpret it, in terms of just like leaving me feeling emotionally just like at the bottom pit. That's how I interpret this for myself. But however you interpret it is up to you. For me, my choice is The Girl Next Door because I just like I had to message Sam afterwards because she was the only person I knew who'd seen that movie. I was like, help me out of this dark hole. I know there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but I don't see it today. So what do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I think the way that I'm interpreting Sick right now, there's a couple movies. I won't get into it, but like when I think of like what's the sickest movie, I think of off-screen stuff that made this movie sick, similar to like what we were talking about with like Cannibal Holocaust, things that have happened on other stuff. But for circling back to making it something that I can kind of recommend, I think something that just how you said it just leaves you in a feeling of anguish, basically. Like it's so bleak that you're just sitting there for a moment. And I'll just use this one for right now just because it's the most relevant and recent in my head. And I'm gonna go with Bring Her Back.
Wow.
I think there was a lot in there outside of like the shock value things that happened. I think the story was bleak. I think it just kept getting sadder and more frustrating as I went. And after I was done watching it, I was still in the movie theater seat for a good 5 to 10 minutes because I was just like couldn't shake the feeling that I had from it.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Great. Sam, Brendan?
I would go Megan is Missing or Irreversible.
Yeah. Okay.
Megan is Missing. I literally just like stared at the wall after. And then Irreversible has one of the longest essay scenes I've ever seen in my life. And it's like really uncomfortable. So yeah, I could even throw Requiem for a Dream up there, which might not be someone's sickest movie ever, but it was just so effective to me. Like it's just crushed my soul. And like, yeah.
For me, I don't know.
It's like I'm badass, nothing affects me.
No,
I'm kidding.
I wish I could say that were the case. It's just that there's some movies I know that I don't want to watch because like I know how sick and gross they are. So like
Right.
I just haven't seen those movies. There's one movie in particular that is somebody's gonna have to pay me money in order for me to watch it. I own
Right.
it for the sake of owning it, but unless I'm paid to watch it, I don't think I'm gonna watch it.
And we didn't
Um,
even talk about it today, but we all know what movie you're talking about.
I was like, I feel like it can. I mean, well, there's
Documentary
actually
coming
a
out
couple.
for
I
it.
heard of other ones, but I think it's one specific movie.
We know. Yeah, we know.
yeah. So like I have it in the collection just for the sake of having it, but like my desire to watch it is at a full on zero.
Right. I've never seen it. Have you seen it, Mike?
I'm gonna. Well, if it's one of the four that I'm thinking of, I'm gonna say no to all of them.
Okay.
I've seen it.
It is one of the four, I'm sure. You've seen it,
Mhm.
Sam? What'd you
Yeah,
think?
in my early 20s, I just watched anything and everything, and nothing really affected me back then. I feel like it would now. Back then, I was just like, oh, whatever, I'm hardcore. Like, I'm watching a hardcore movie. To be completely honest, I was just young and whatever. But I think now it would affect me differently. I do have to say I'm curious about the documentary that is coming out about it, like the behind the scenes stuff and whatever. I'm curious to see what direction it's going in. I kind of want to see people's like reviews for it and stuff to see like what it's about. I'm like, I don't know.
It's claiming it's the best movie ever made.
I doubt they're gonna say that, but no, they didn't say that.
I don't know actually. I'll go with I'll probably go with the sadness. Has some pretty fucked up shit in there, and then it's just gratuitous, sexual, extreme, hardcore fucking violence. I do want to watch the movie again and see how I feel about it then. But yeah, that one has some pretty some shocking moments in it that I was definitely not expecting.
I wasn't expecting it at all. When I first watched it, I was on this peaceful mountain retreat in Oregon, and they have like all these trails, nature trails you could walk on and stuff afterwards. And you know, you could bring all your weed up there because you're in Oregon, and just get really high. So I was just like, yeah, let's get really high and watch a horror movie, go on a trail. And so I picked The Sadness. I'd never heard of it, and I just put it on. And I was like,
Great.
Let's go walk on the trail, Judy. You make me happy. Let's counter this sadness. Oh man, yeah. Okay, good choices, everyone. We did it. Yay. Do you feel sad or just tired?
A little hungry.
Yeah,
I'm
me
also a
too.
little famished.
All right. Thank you all for giving me so much of your time. Let me stop the recording very quickly.